you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show 'em who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Happy to have you guys here. I'm happy to be here. I asked earlier today if you guys wanted a review on the watch list that I gave out for Lotto Friday on May 6th. I got a lot of yeses back, so that is what this video is on. If you are watching for the first time, then you guys welcome to the channel. Appreciate you guys being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so down below. Click that subscribe button. Hit the bell. The bell gives you notifications for when I send out videos just like this one. I don't send out the reviews very often, but we send out daily setups, weekly swings, monthly swings, top 5 setups for the days, motivational videos, informational videos. A bunch of different learning tools, how to play the 30 and 30. It's part of the strategy. 3-1 setups, inside bars, outside bars, what the candlestick numbers mean, all kinds of other different things. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. So go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. You can contact me there, ask me questions there, DM me there. You can do the same thing on any one of my videos, guys. I usually get back to you guys within the same day. I'm here to help you guys out. I try and get back to you guys as soon as possible to help you guys along your trading journey. So today we are reviewing the Lotto Friday picks. You guys asked for it. I am doing it. So we will go through the plays that I had, okay? So the first one I had was Uber. Okay, Uber on Thursday was a 2 up. And in the video, I said we'd be looking for a 2 down. So this yellow line was our trigger. And then we have the targets in place. With the green lines, okay, just at the bottom of the preceding wicks. And to get these other targets here, we had to go back really far, all the way back to, where are we here? April of 2020. So we really took a run back to get those other targets. Uber has come down a long way, but we opened up at the top here, okay? And for me to break this down to you guys, I'm just going to switch to the 5-minute chart, and we'll see how this thing played out. Okay, so let's go back to the opening 5 minutes. This little loop here is where we had it, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how you could have played Uber this morning. So a lot of these plays, guys, they were really simple and really clean today. There wasn't a lot of... You guys should have made money if you played most of these plays. They were really clean and really easy to get out of, okay? So we opened up on this big red bar, okay? So right here, and we triggered right away. So we can even, I think if we go down to the 3-minute and we go down to the 7:30, I'll just show you this real quick and then I'll go back. So even on the first 3 minutes, we came down and hit, okay? But we'll switch back to the 5. This bar is our opening 5-minute bar, okay? And in the opening 5 minutes, guys, realistically, if you only had a few contracts, you could have been out of this trade and in and out. So we triggered at the yellow line. You would have been in for put options, okay? Then we hit 1 target and 2 targets, okay? And if you wanted to sell at that point because you hit 2 targets right away, you could have done that. So we went from, 26.19 to 25.78. So it's a 39-cent run in options. It's still a really good play, okay? You would have made money here. The other thing you could have done, we hit first target. You could have made this target your stop loss, okay? You could have made this second target your stop loss. So the second 5-minute bar opens. We don't even hit any of those stop losses, and we start trending down again. Okay, we hit a third target, and we continue to come down. Now at this point, you can make this third target your stop loss if you'd like, okay? So now you have a lower stop loss in place and you're still riding this trade. Okay, we come down a little further on the next 5 minute, on the next 5 minute, on the next 5 minute. Okay, so we're 5, 10, 15, 25 minutes into the day here. And this is where you guys would have got out, okay, or where you should have got out. So what we have here is an inside bar, okay? So this is showing consolidation. And if we had a 2-1, 2 down continuation, you would stay in this play, but that's not what we got. We got a 2 down, a 1, which is an inside bar, so a 2-1, and then a 2 up. So as soon as we passed this right here for our trigger to the upside, you guys could have been out. And you could have even waited probably till you hit the top of this candle here and made the top of this candle your stop loss, and you still would have made really good money. But that's how you would have played Uber. And again, on this 5-minute chart, this is basically how you scalp. A lot of people ask me how to scalp on a 5-minute chart or just scalp in general. So you do it on the 3-minute chart. You can do it on the 5-minute chart. So what we had here was a 2-1-2 reversal to the upside. If you're looking for a scalp, you could have rode the Uber back up to the top off of this inside bar the exact same way you came down. Okay, so you break the high of the inside bar and you ride it up, then you get this inside bar. If we would have trended down, you would have sold at right here, okay, at the bottom of that inside bar, but we didn't. We kept on going up and up again and up again, okay? So now at this point, we have a 2 up that finished red, and you can either put your stop loss at this candle here or when we trigger to the downside, okay? And yes, it went up higher, but these are 2 really good trades right here, okay? You would have made really good money on both of them, but we triggered on the day, on the daily chart when I gave the setup, and you had an entry, you had 1, 2, 3 opportunities to exit, and then a 4th opportunity to exit right here. So you should have been good on Uber. Okay, so if we head over to MU on the daily, you're far back here. There we go. MU on the daily, okay? So we had a 3-1 setup. And I said I like the 3-1 setups. They're one of my favorites, okay? And I always say that. So 3-1 setup on MU, okay? Outside bar, inside bar. We were looking for a 2 up or a 2 down. Well, we got the 2 down, okay? So we triggered here and we hit first targets. We did not hit second targets. But let's go back to the 5-minute and let's see how we would have got into this trade and how you guys would have gotten out of the trade. Okay, so we go back to the opening 5-minute bar. And again, all these plays today were fairly clean, okay? So here we are, first 5-minute bar of the day. Here's the first 5-minute bar of the day. This green shooter candle, okay? So we came down, we didn't hit our trigger line. On the second 5-minute bar of the day, we opened and we come down, hit our trigger, and hit our targets. And again, we take our profits at our targets, okay? At least I do. You can play it however you'd like, but this, you could have taken your profits at the target, okay? Now, there's a couple things you can do here. You can put your stop loss at your break-even point, and then you're out of the trade, okay? As it comes back up on the second bar if you didn't take profit and you were looking for more. Okay, so you either get, here's 3 options. You can put your stop loss at your first target so you come away with profit no matter what. Put it here at the trigger line so you come away with nothing. You're just a break even outside of your fees. And then you can put one at the top of the first of this bar, okay? The preceding bar. Okay? And that can be your stop loss. So if you had it up at the top of the preceding bar, then you had this inside bar, okay? And you could have, off this inside bar, now if we would have gone up above that inside bar, you would have been out. But we continued down, okay? So we had a 2-1-2 continuation, and we went 2 down and another 2 down, and then we have this 2 up, okay? So as soon as we pass the high of the previous candle, we are out. So now we're in a 2 up scenario. Okay, 2 down, 2 up. And again, you could have taken this one for a reversal to the upside. 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. And then we reverse down here, and you could have been out. Okay? So that's two Uber and Micron that were very, very similar. If we go to IBM, I'm just going to stay on the 5 minutes here, okay? It might be just easier if we do that. So IBM had an inside bar, at least. Maybe it was a 3-1 setup. But I know for sure we had an inside bar because I have my two trigger lines there. If I go back to the day, yeah, it was an inside bar right here. So we were there. Let's go back to the 5 minute. So we're back on the 5 minute. We need to trigger to the bottom or to the top. So IBM, obviously you can see it took a lot longer. Inside bar, outside bar, 2 up, 2 down. Looks like another 2 down, 2 up. So we follow this along. And could you have taken trades throughout here to scalp? Yeah, you could have. 2 down, you probably would have lost here. And you had a 2 down, 2 up reversal where you could have had a win. IBM is not one that I normally scalp on the 5 minutes. So here's an inside bar that you could have taken to the upside. And then actually, it's funny we land on that. So inside bar, and we trend up. We break the high of that inside bar, and that breaks our trigger. Okay, right there, trigger broken. And we did not hit, there's no targets that we hit, I don't believe. Let's just hop back here to the daily and see. If we go to the daily chart, there we go. One target achieved. Okay. So I didn't have that on there. Let's go back to the 5 minute chart. And let's see what happens. So there we go. Okay. We did hit targets and you should have been out or taken profits at least. Okay. So hopefully this information for you guys is helpful and you're seeing what's happening here. So this was the inside bar. Okay, and we broke to the upside and broke our trigger. Okay, so the 5 minute put into force the daily. Okay, and I'm sure if you go to the 15 and other charts, you'll see the exact same thing. But this inside bar puts the daily trigger into force. Okay, so we go 2 up. We do not break past our break-even point or the previous candle, and we continue up. This, guys, is where you probably should have taken your targets on IBM. Taking your profit, because look what happens. And I tell you guys this all the time. We hit targets and it reverses a lot. So that's why I always tell you guys to take profit at your first targets, especially if you've only got a few contracts. Take your money and on to the next play. Okay, so we hit targets and look, reversal. Then we do come back up, but then we reverse right back down. Okay, so IBM was a little bit more of a tougher play. Walmart had a 3-1 setup. I'm going off of memory on that one, but I'm pretty sure it was a 3-1 setup. Okay, regardless, there was an inside bar on it. Okay, so what happens on Walmart? Again, very, very similar. We break the trigger in the first 5 minutes. We hit targets. Okay, we retrace, and we have an inside bar. So again, you could have taken profit here. We went down below the target, so make this your stop loss, and you're out with a gain, okay? You made money. If you want to hold it a little longer, okay, because you're playing the top of this bar, we have an inside bar. So if the inside bar breaks to the high side, again, you'd be out of the trade. But we broke down a little bit lower, broke down a little bit lower, and this right here, 2 down, 2 up reversal is your first sign to where it shows the trend is reversing, at least on the 5 minute chart, okay? If you go up on higher time frames, it might show it in a different spot, okay? Especially something like this, where we went down and then came back up again. This is probably not showing on the higher time frames, and you're just going to have a continuation to the upside. So Walmart, again, you should have left Walmart with profits. You hit targets, okay? Shouldn't have been a problem on it. We switch over to Roku. Roku on the 5 minute. Look, we triggered right in the, all of these triggered in like the first 5 minutes of the day. We triggered. We didn't quite hit our target, okay? But this is still probably, this is a really good profit here from 166 to 98 bucks. $100.66 to 98 bucks. So we come down the next candle through the target. Now you can make this your stop loss. Okay? Then we come down further and further and further. Okay, we didn't hit second targets. I'm not sure where they are on here. They might be too far down on Roku, and you might not even have one. We're not going to go back that far. Anyways, you don't need the target here. Like, put them on there, but what I'm saying is this is your stop loss. Okay, as we come down, you can make this your stop loss, or this top of the next candle is your stop loss, or the top of this next candle is your stop loss. But then what happens is we have this 2 down, finishes green and a hammer candle, and we break to start reversing. You should be out of that trade, okay? And when I said these plays are very clean, that's what I meant. There's not any really big reversals that give you an idea of maybe this is reversing on me and you start getting nervous, okay? Down, 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 down. This is your first sign here that you might have something coming in the other direction. And there at the top of it is where you should have sold. So Roku, again, you should have gotten out with a really good gain. And I think somebody tweeted at me saying that they did take this play and they did come away with really good gains on it. I know a lot of people, I got a lot of tweets today for guys telling me they got a lot of profit and a lot of wins today, which is awesome. And I'm really happy for you guys and happy to see that. Okay, so Adobe, if we go to the daily just to see where we're at on Adobe. So Adobe had a 3-1 setup, okay? Outside bar, inside bar. And you can see what happens here. Actually, Adobe is a little bit different. So we opened below the trigger, okay? So what I tell you guys when we open below the trigger, this trigger becomes nullified. And you can look for a retrace where it comes up and comes back down. I like to go to the 50. You can check out the gap video that I've got. And there I think I show examples of a 30-minute bar. You can use 15-minute bars as well to determine the direction on how this would have played out. Okay, so this is the first 15-minute bar on Adobe. So we open below triggers. Let me zoom in for you guys, help you out a bit here. Adobe, we open below triggers. Right here, we're below. We come back up, retrace, fill that gap, and then we come back down. And what I tell you is, are we gapping and crapping or are we gapping and going? Okay, so we break that trigger, come back up, and down we go. Okay, we gap and come back down. First 15-minute bar, as soon as we break this second 15-minute bar, you can jump in that play. Okay, and it doesn't always work, guys. I had somebody ask me about monthly plays and why they didn't hit targets or magnitude, and sometimes it doesn't happen. We just get stopped out, okay? It doesn't work on, if it worked on every trade, everybody would be trading and everybody would be millionaires. Okay, but it doesn't work every time. Okay, so what happens here? We fill the gap and we come back down. Then the next 15-minute bar breaks to the downside. You can take it, okay? That is your trigger right here at this bottom of this candle. And you hit a target here and not quite second targets, okay? And worst case, guys, if you didn't take profit here, this is your reversal sign to get out of the trade. 2 down, 2 up, okay? And you would have at least left with a tiny bit. There's a tiny bit of profit there, but you shouldn't have lost on Adobe, okay? So next up, we've got Upstart, UPST, and we'll just go to the daily, at the beginning of the day. Inside bar, okay, opened up here, and we trended down, target 1, target 2, okay? And I believe Upstart was another one of those really, really clean plays. Yeah, so right off of, this is our first 5-minute bar right there. So let's zoom in on Upstart on the 5 minute. And here we go. First 5 minute bar, okay? Outside bar, we did not trigger anything. Second bar, there's our trigger, okay? We're in the play. We come up a bit, but you don't pass the high of the previous candle. Now, if you had your stop loss here at the trigger, guys, worst case, you finished even, minus your fees, okay? Worst case, okay? But if you had your stop loss a little higher and you had a little bit more risk on it, okay, so you're still in this play, okay? Then we come down and we hit this weekly trigger here. Okay, and then the next bar, hit target 1, and we're still in this play. Hit target 2. This becomes your new stop loss, this target here, and you hit second targets. Now, if you didn't take profit at your second target, where do you get out? Right here. 2 down, 2 up. This is where you're getting out, guys. Partially because we're not chopping around. If we're chopping around like you see here, it's probably not a great trade to be in. If you're just seeing a trend down like this and you're in and you break to the upside, take your profit. So what if this thing runs another 40%? You probably Upstart probably gained you 30 or 40%, which was a really good play for you guys, and you should have been out at least here, if not here or here. Okay, that's where you should have been out. Okay, so next up we've got Citibank, or Citigroup, sorry. Citigroup on the daily. If we switch to the daily, Citigroup inside bar. Okay, so this would not have been a real great winner. So if we go onto the 5 minute chart, and excuse the noise in the background, I've got a guy working on my deck currently, but buddy of mine, Ted Zylstra, you can check him out on Twitter. Where do we go here? 7:30, first 5 minute bar of the day. Here we go, first 5 minute bar, and we're right here, and then we come down, we break, and here you would have been stopped out. Okay, so Citigroup would have been a loss for you unless you took that little tiny bit of profit that we found. So Keurig Dr. Pepper, same thing here. Opening bar here, and we come down, we break, and we don't really hit any triggers, and then we reverse here. So KDP would have been a loss. You could have done a retrace here of the trigger and come down. Okay, so we hit 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, hit targets, and then right here, if you didn't take profits here, you should have taken it right here as it trended back up. That's on Keurig Dr. Pepper. Twitter, if we go look at the daily to see what we had, the daily on Twitter was a 2 up that finished red. Okay, so I was looking for a 2 down reversal, 2 up, 2 down reversal on Twitter. And if we go back to the start on the 5 minute chart, and let's see what happened here. Okay, so Twitter was a little bit of a tough one here today. This is your first 5 minute bar here, and then we hit, then we have an inside bar and come back up. So you likely would have been stopped out there. At least I would have if I would have played it. The Twitter looks like it just chopped around a bunch today, so would have probably been a really tough trade. As we go through, doesn't look like we hit any targets on that. Here's a 3-1 setup. If you guys ever, I talk about those all the time. Outside bar, inside bar, you could have taken trigger, and we did hit first targets, okay? And you would have been, well, you should have taken it. On these scalp plays, you need to take your profit at target, okay? Especially if you only have a few contracts. So that was Twitter. So a couple of rough ones. If we go to AMD, I feel like AMD was the same thing. It was a tougher play today. I don't really remember. Yeah, so we can't go into this play here. We just barely broke and then came back. So AMD, if we go to the 5-minute right here, I'll zoom in for you guys so you have a better look at this. Here we go. So here's the first 5-minute bar, and we trend up, 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 continue up. We hit, then we have this inside bar reversal, and we're gone. So you should have been out here. Small losses though, guys. That's the thing. All of these 3 plays, Citigroup, or I guess the 4, you all would have had small losses on them. So there wasn't a lot of room for you guys to have big losses if you follow the rules, okay? And if it loses and continues back down, so what? It's one trade. We have plenty of trades every day for us, okay? Inside bar on Ford, okay? Really, really good win. I don't have any targets. Let me go put some targets in for you guys on Ford so we can see what we needed to hit. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3, which we didn't hit. Okay, so if we hop back to the 5-minute, see where we're coming in and getting out. Okay, so here we are. Expand this for you guys. Okay. So here we go on Ford. First 5-minute bar of the day, second. There we go. We break trigger, tap targets, and you could have gotten out here, or you could have ridden it a little longer. And there's nowhere where you guys' stop loss would have kicked in here. Not here and not here. So you should have still been in this trade on this candle. You should have still been on this trade on this candle if you're looking for a reversal. If you made this your stop loss, you're out, and you made some good profit. If you wanted to keep going and you make in the top of the candles your stops, well, then you come down to here and you still have this range here on this 2, and then this right here, this reversal 2 down 2 up is where you guys are out of the trade. So good money to be made on Ford as well. FUBO, if we go to the daily, so I think FUBO was one where it, yeah, so FUBO, we opened up way down here. We had a nice 3-1 setup pattern, but we opened way down here. So on these plays, on the gap plays, we go to the 15-minute or the 30. And again, you can see what happens here. We opened up the second bar, we break above the 15, so now we're in this play. This second bar doesn't come back below here, so we're still in. Then we continue to go up, go up. Now we have an inside bar. Well, if we break to the downside, I'm out of this trade. If we break to the upside, I'm still in it. And of course, there we go. We're still in it. 2 up, another 2 up. Here's another 2 up with a shooter candle. And there, we break to the downside and we're done. Out of the trade. And you wouldn't have made more money than what you did here, guys. That would have been it for the day. So again, easy win on FUBO. If we go to GE, General Electric, and we go check out the daily on GE, GE had an inside bar with a really, really nice run. Now I'll put in targets 1 and targets 2, which we did not achieve the second target or the second magnitude. Okay, but we did hit first targets. Let's go back to the 5-minute, see where we could get in and see where we could get out. Okay, we're on the 5. And this right here. And if you're wondering how I know that this is the first candle, if you just, I'm on the candle, look to the bottom of the screen, you see that 6th of May 22, 7:30. So in my time zone, markets open at 7:30. This is the first candle. Second candle, we break trigger and hit targets, okay? So at this point, you can call it a day and get out, or you can have this target or this original trigger as your stop loss, okay? And we continue down on a 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. Then we get this outside bar that breaks above this 2 down candle right here. We have this outside bar, we break above, we're out right here for really good gains again on GE. And that's what I'm saying. All these plays are really clean, guys, off the start. We just have, it's a continuous trend down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight candles that are a downtrend, and then we start heading back up in the other direction. So GE would have been another really, really good win. If we go to KO, that's Coca-Cola on the daily. Okay, Coke had an inside bar. Okay, so we're breaking the high or we breaking the low? We break the high and we hit first targets. Okay, so another win on Coke if we go back. Let's go back to the 5 minute. And here we go. Okay, so this one took a little while, but this is this white bar here, this 3 bar is our first candle, and away we go. And we're off and we're up right here. Okay, at 8:55, so hour and a half into trading, we break the trigger, we hit targets, okay? You can take profit, make this your stop loss. Okay, so then we have an inside bar. If we break to the downside of this inside bar, we're out of the trade, okay? We're no longer in it. You get out. And move on to the next one. But we broke to the high side. So we take it. Then we break to the high side. Then we break to the high side. Then we break to the high side. And here is where we would get out, right at the target, okay? So again, a winner on Coca-Cola. That's how we stay in trades, guys. Pinterest. If we go to the daily on Pinterest, inside bar, okay, and we break down, we hit 2 targets. Okay, so we go back to the 5 minute. I'll make this bigger for you guys so you can actually see it. And where's the first 5 minute bar? Right here. Oh, sorry, this outside bar. This doji candle right here. Okay, so then here's the next 5. Here's the next 5. So we're 5, 10, 15 on the 20th minute of the trading day, or 15th minute between the 15th and 20th. We break trigger and we just come shy of the first target. You could have taken profits there, okay? Or you could have made this trigger your stop loss and kept on going. So if you kept on going, you're through the first target to the second target. You could have taken your profits there. If not, wait for the reversal, okay? So we have this inside bar. If this would have continued down, we would have stayed in, but we trended up, okay? Again, top of this inside bar, we are out of the trade. You made really good money here. Again, it's really, really simple, guys. These are simple plays once you get the hang of it, okay? Once you get the hang of it, it's super simple. It's super easy, and it's going to become like breathing or reading a book to you guys. It's very, very simple. So here's another one on SOFI. We'll go check what it was on the daily, but this is the first 5 minute candle, this outside bar, and then we have this breakdown again on this 2 down. Okay, we break the trigger. Okay, where's your stop loss? We haven't hit targets yet, so put your stop loss up here. Okay, and then we just continue down. If you had it here, you would have been stopped out, and you're even on the trade. No big deal. Okay, but we continue down. 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, but we finished green. Okay, so we're looking for a reversal to the upside here and possibly getting out of this trade. We break to the high side and we're out. And you have it. And you didn't. I don't need you guys to hit your targets to win. Okay, if this reverses to the upside, get out of it. If it retraces and re-triggers, you could have taken it again here. 1, 2, 3, all the way down. One bar, and you're out for another win. Okay, we can do this all day long on any stock, okay? It works better on the high liquidity ones, but you can do it on any one. Oh, sorry, I was going to go check at what SOFI had on the day. If we go to the daily chart on SOFI, and where did it go? Way down here. There we go. So SOFI was an inside bar. Okay, and we broke the trigger, did not hit targets, but you had the opportunity to take profits despite the targets, okay? D-Dog, DDOG. Okay, D-Dog had a 2 up, which is right here, and we were looking for a 2 down, which we got, and we hit first targets. Now, did we hit second targets? Looks like it, just barely. And again, like I say so many times before, we hit those targets and they're gone back the other direction. Okay? And you could look at that as a broadening formation as well, okay? As we hit, and then come back up, okay, to the bottom of the broadening formation. So let's go to the 5-minute chart and see where we could get in and where we could get out. Okay, we'll make this really, really simple for you guys for the last one, okay? And these are simple plays, and like I said, once you get the hang of it, you'll be golden. It'll be easy, easy. Okay, this is your first 5-minute candle right here. This 2-bar. We break triggers, okay? And we hit first target. You want to be out there? Be out there. Take some profit and you're done. Okay? Or you can wait. Now you can use this yellow trigger line as your stop or the top of the candle. Doesn't matter, but it didn't hit either. We had an inside bar. So 212, continuation down, continuation down, continuation down, and we hit second targets. Now again, we hit that second target and we start reversing. Okay, so you can now use this as your stop loss, or you can look for that reversal, which happened right here. Okay, you get a 2 down, 2 up reversal, you're out of the trade right here. And that, guys, is the review on... We're still going here. That's the review on the trades. Okay, and if you want to look at scalping, look, inside bar to the high side. Inside bar, outside bar, you're stopped. This inside bar, you could have played it, regardless of what I show you guys on the daily chart. Let's go to SPY real quick to end this thing off. Okay, and we can look at the 5-minute chart on SPY, okay? Inside bar, break, hit targets. I don't know how far we have to go back to see about second and third targets. It's a fair ways, but you had opportunity off this inside bar to make a little bit of money here. Now, here's another scalp. We have a 2 down. Now here's our 2 up. Okay, let's take it. Jump in. You got a 2 up, another 2 up. You hit 1, 2, and 2 targets. So again, you can put your... Let me just put these lines in here. I'm just going to do this real quick. They're all going to be the same color. Trigger. Target 1. Target 2. Target 3. Keep going. Target 4. Target 5. You want to scalp this? Jump in. Take your profit. Okay? You probably, I don't know what you would have had there for... It's $1. You probably would have had 20+% on this little trade alone here, on this 2-2 reversal, okay? 1-2-2 reversal, Rev Strat, 1-2-2. Okay? If you would have stayed in because, I don't know, you had your stop loss down here, well, you would have run way up, okay? Inside bar here. Yes, we broke to the high side, and yes, we hit first targets, barely, okay? Barely. Okay, we might have just missed. Nope. Look at that. To a T, and then down back the other way. Okay, so now you have a 1-3. You have this outside bar. You have a 2-1-3. So now this 2-1-3 setup is a reversal to the downside. So you can take that trigger right here now and come back down here, here, here for a win. Now what do we have again on the scalp? 2-2 reversal, 2 down, 2 up. You can take it. Trigger right here at the top of the wick, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4 for a win. Okay, this one would have stopped you out with this 2-2 reversal to the downside. Actually, yes. So again, you could have taken this and made a little bit of profit. You likely would have got stopped out, okay, for a loss. So now we have a 2-3-2 reversal. Okay, and what happens with this one? A 2 bar, then we have a 3. So we break to the downside. And no, not quite. We come back up. So we're 2 down, 3, 2 to the upside. So you could have played right here off of this 3 bar, and we're up and up. Okay, you could have sold here, still would have made profit. Okay, so now we have a 2-1-2 reversal to the downside. This is scalping, guys. Trigger, target, 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 and you would have made a little bit more here. You would have got stopped out right here again for a really nice win. Let's see, where else can we go? 2 down, 2 up. Okay, targets hit, targets hit, targets hit. Again, really good gain. Then we go take it back to the downside. We have a 2 up followed by a 2 down. Trigger, targets just missed, but this is still good profit here, guys. You can make these little trades all day. Okay, 2 down, 3, 2 up. So this little mishmash here would have got you guys into a lot of trouble on SPY at the 5 minute. So this is lunch hour on the East Coast. They always say don't trade at lunch. Okay, so for me that's 10:30, but you can see it gets really, really choppy around lunch. Okay, so let's get out of lunch. Okay, so we're at 10:50 here. Outside bar, you play it to the high side. Here we go. Or you play the reversal to the downside. 2 up, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. Okay, we're hitting targets all the way down. Okay, then you have another reversal here. 2 down, 2 up, and this would have been a failed trade. You hit targets, so you could have taken targets, but the magnitude wasn't great between this 2 up and the top of here. Okay, so now we have a 2, 3, 2 down reversal. Okay, so again, take the trade here. Okay, jump in. Then we have this inside bar. We don't break the high, and we continue down. Down, 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 despite these outside bars. And I guess it depends where you have your stop losses. That's just a quick example on SPY. I can go through it in a little bit more depth on a scalping. We can move the targets and triggers around so you guys can actually see what's happening. Okay, so that's it for the video, guys. That's a review. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good information out of it to help you guys along next week and the rest of your trading. And until the next one, guys, bye-bye.